Good morning, afternoon, day, and night, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Loaded Potato Podcast. I am your PNG host for this week, Brandon, and with me are bridge connoisseur Ivan.
Look at all those nice people.
Nice people.
What a nice person.
What a very nice person.
What a very nice person.
And Mon abuser Axel.
Hello. Substitute. Very cool. Anyways.
Substitute. Very cool. Well, yeah, welcome back, everyone. It's been a very lackluster week. There's nothing too crazy going on, but there is a decent amount of stuff that we could be talking about.
I mean, maybe for you, but this week has been fucking crazy for me.
Yeah, for me, besides the weather, because since I'm now delivering out in Wasilla now, it's like it wants to be hot, but it's also cold because it's so windy out there at the moment too.
Well, yeah, because that's like in the Matsu area,
The valley, so
it's all windy.
But it's very nice out there, though. Very nice.
Yeah, I gotta repreface this. Fucking Alaska, especially like, I guess in our area, we can casually get hurricane category 1 winds, just casually. So like.
So it's like we never
windy.
left the South.
Well, in the South, you only get hurricane winds when there's an actual hurricane, but we just get it just because it's windy.
Like I said, it's like we never left the South.
Yeah.
But no, Ivan, do you want to explain to the people what I convinced you to do once your internet isn't throttled anymore?
Well, is this the thing that Axel's going to be disappointed in?
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about? Okay.
Yeah.
Save it.
Well, I mean, I never.
Save your squabblings already. I ain't gonna give this the light of day. Never.
I mean, Overwatch 2.
Cringe.
A topic of
Cringe.
discussion of this podcast for a decent bit, or actually pretty much since our inception, we've talked about Overwatch 2, or even Overwatch for that matter.
Yeah. Actually, literally, our second episode was dedicated to like Overwatch 2, I believe. Yeah.
I know that was the precursor to Overwatch 2.
Well, yeah. Before it, we had, I think, guest Lacey, and we talked about Overwatch 2, and it's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So we're an Overwatch 2 podcast.
Essentially.
Yeah, that's all we talk about. Only Blizzard. Fuck Activision Blizzard.
Fuck them. Cringe. Cringe alerts.
But the thing that he kind of convinced me was, so I never really said I was going to stop playing Overwatch 2, or maybe I did on this podcast. I don't remember.
Just because of Marvel Rivals alone.
Yeah. I think I did say something along the lines of like that I'm not going to play Overwatch 2 and just Marvel Rivals. Not because Overwatch 2 is bad, but more that Marvel Rivals is just better.
It was something to the effect of Marvel Rivals has to fuck up royally for me to ever touch Overwatch 2 ever again.
Yeah, essentially. But I guess this motherfucker convinced me to download it again, which I think. So at the moment, my internet is throttled because I have a server, and Alaska loves their data limits. So for any of you who are thinking of having a server in Alaska, just know the ISPs here throttle your internet if you get above like 5 terabytes of usage, which me having a server is kind of common.
Yeah.
But I think I got like halfway done. Yeah, so Overwatch 2 is 58 gigs, and I'm at 31.1 gigs of it.
You've
so
been
I'm
downloading that
more
for
than
like
half.
4 days now or something.
Well, I keep it paused because I only turn it on like during very specific times. And right now it's throttled, so it's going very slow.
By the time this podcast comes out, his internet will not be throttled.
So actually, the day after this episode airs is when my internet won't be throttled.
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, because it comes back on the 15th, and this episode's coming out on the 14th.
So happy St. Patty's Day for everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Well, technically, our next episode we record would be the day after St. Patty's Day.
Yep.
So it's an early St. Patty's Day.
For all you Irish out there.
Yeah. But no, so the reason why how I convinced them was because before when we were playing Overwatch, Ivan and I would watch Blizzard Guides on YouTube. Blizzard Guides is literally just a YouTube channel that posts Overwatch clips of the week. It's a weekly YouTube channel where they just post like best ofs and funny moments and glitches.
Yeah,
from
people
Overwatch.
like streaming Overwatch too.
But since Marvel Rivals came out, we were trying to find an equivalent of that, like just funny moments from streamers or just like funny things or cool plays.
Yeah.
And we found one. I think it was like Let's Play or something.
Top plays, I believe.
Yeah, top plays. But then we were like, you know what? Let's watch old Blizzard Guides just to see what's up. Because the new season 15 of Overwatch was out, and that's what they introduced the perk system. And I explored it just to see what was up. So as we were watching it, we were seeing all these crazy plays happen with the new features. So it got us thinking, like, hey, what perks did they add? Because everyone gets 2 sets of perks, minor and major perks. And it's always the same 2 minor and major perks for each character. Like it doesn't change like in a random pool. So we went through and just like looked at the list, and it after reviewing all of the perks, it's a nice fresh breath of life on nice minor quality of life changes or minor things to help improve the game, not like breaking the game, just by implementing it in general. Because what was it? One of the things was a lot of abilities that don't reload your weapon versus abilities that like give you like convert armor into health, and then you get X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, well, I just remember after watching all the Blizzard Guide videos again, like as much as we give Overwatch or mainly Activision Blizzard a lot of shit, like I feel like for a long time now, like update after new features, like I don't think they actually missed so far with their updates. Like they're actually doing good now.
After once season 11 came out, I think that's when the improvements start. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it could be sometime there, but like it just seems like they've been on a roll of actually
even before Marvel Rivals came out, they were actually doing good improvements. I think with the addition of Marvel Rivals being out, it led them to even try even harder, even though they were trying as hard as they can beforehand.
Yeah. Well, I think it's more of a thing of they realized that people aren't buying this whole like, oh, it's Overwatch 2, we got to be different. No, like I feel like they actually are just like, you know, Overwatch was good. Let's make Overwatch 2 like Overwatch 1.
Let's give the people what they want.
Give it some better features. Yeah, give them actually what they want instead of us trying to justify us calling this Overwatch 2.
It took us 15 seasons to get the promised perk system. Not in a different way, but I think it's a better way.
And they brought back loot boxes.
Yeah, but you cannot buy. You have to earn them by doing challenges and playing the battle pass,
which is awesome.
And it's not like all one loot box can pull from the pool of everything. You can get summer game stuff, anniversary stuff from the shop. You can even get like weapon skins. I saw someone pulled weapon skins.
Yeah, dude, they're coming out with these awesome updates now. I'm happy. Good for them for actually, you know, listening to people.
Mm-hmm. And even so, like a lot like I just stated previously, with these perks, none of them are game defining perks.
No, it's quality of life stuff.
Like for example, I just pulled up the list of the perks that we read off a couple days ago.
Oh yeah, the website.
So one of them, we'll say as an example for Reinhardt. Reinhardt has a major perk where he can pretty much take his shield and be like Brigitte and do a shield bash with it.
Yeah.
And I think that is a awesome thing to have. Because why wouldn't you have that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And one of my favorite ones was May when she goes into her ice shield thing or whatever, her ice
Here,
block.
I'll pull it up real quick.
She can now damage people. Like it's an AoE thing. It's not much damage, but it's enough to like you heal yourself, protect yourself, and you can also do some damage.
So it's called Cryostorm. Cryo Freeze slows and deals 70 damage per second to nearby enemies.
Oh, actually 70 damage is actually kind of a lot.
It is a lot. So that's when I think when they say mean by nearby, I think you have to be like almost touching them. I feel like that'd be too broken if it had like a wider range. But even then, it tells you to play a little differently when it comes to playing against different characters.
Yeah. Well, actually, what do you think of this? I mean, I know you're probably the biggest Overwatch hater.
I have no comment so far.
Just no comment.
Probably have an opinion
I really
later
like
down
these
the
changes.
line, but
Yeah. Well, I think you should actually like look and watch some videos of how Overwatch is with these like new systems and
Here, I'll send you the list of like all the new perks, so you can see for yourself on like get your take on it. Cause it goes through all the heroes and even not the newest. I think they do the newest hero. Whatever that character's name is. I forget. Freya. That's what it
isn't
is.
it like, I was about to say Valkyrie or something. Yeah, Freya.
It's Freya. Because I'm still behind on characters. I still don't know what the fuck Hazard does. That tank.
Oh, the porcupine motherfucker.
You know
yeah.
what? Okay.
Yeah.
So just I'm gonna be real. I wasn't paying attention. All this shit went in a year out the other. But now I'm actually paying attention. So one of my issues is the thing with Marvel Rivals and the thing with the stuff that they're doing with Overwatch is that Marvel Rivals is a very simple game. It's very simple. It's very
different games.
Very easy to play. Yeah, no, it's very easy to play compared to Overwatch. Like, for example,
is it though?
Yes, for example, the healers in Marvel Rivals, most of them have auto aim healing. You don't even have to aim to heal.
No. Most
that's
of them are aimed. The only auto aim is Cloak and Dagger, and
technically you could technically count Adam Warlock, but that's more like you have to look at them and just press a single button, then it just auto heals them.
Okay,
Correction,
so Adam Warlock and Cloak and Dagger. Yeah, I was about to say Luna Snow is like one of the most heavy like aim to heal.
There's Rocket with his heal ball, but that's like an orb that flies around you if you just get near it.
Yeah, I guess
also,
that's easier.
Rocket doesn't. I mean, Rocket's like a side healer kind of. You just have him for the buffs, and that's pretty much it. You don't really. He can heal.
Then there's Loki. I don't know about Loki, to be honest.
Loki's probably one of the most complicated motherfuckers out there.
Especially,
That's complicated for a different reason because of his teleports and whatnot. Because you can,
and his clone management. And
we can say like Doomfist is one of the most complex heroes in Overwatch 2 because of his movement mechanics and how to optimally use him. That we can go off on that, but
and Ball.
Yeah, exactly. And Ball is
Ball
to play Ball properly, like and play him good. You gotta really know that character. But
you gotta have
Jeff.
that Baltism.
Jeff has his squirt spray.
See, what I hate in games is complexity. Like, if you make it more complex than it already is, it's just going to deter more people. Because now what you're doing with this whole perk system, it's cool for the experienced players and they know what they're doing. They're like, okay, we can add more stuff. But for the people who already fucking suck at the game, now they have to learn 2 more things. Or technically 4 more things. So there's minor perks and major perks that characters now will have to be implemented into the game because at least with the base character, at least with base characters,
I suggest you actually read what if you're based on the last name you said with supports alone. If you're integrating they're not integrating new things. They're just minor buffing things. Like, all right, so or like minor changing small things. So if you go to the scroll down on the page where the supports are, let's just say for example, Ana, one of her minor perks. So you can throw her bionic grenade, then it bounces a second time to do it just minor extra splash damage. There's not a lot of learning curve with that one. Your main goal is just to hit the first grenade, and then there's a chance for you to hit your second grenade.
And also
Okay.
when the
Oh,
perks
hold on,
come
hold on.
up, they only give you 2 choices, right?
Yeah, only 2 choices. It's the same
only
2 choices.
one or the other.
Yeah, and there's 4 perks in total, 2 major, 2 minor.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think it's going to be that bad. No, I like it because
it may change your play style if you're a vetted character.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, I think it's better for new players to learn like this, just so they can be aware of the different ways that they can play, because they can adapt.
Yeah, and also I don't know if, like, I know complexity can deter new players, but I don't think that's as big as a thing as you think it is, because one of the most popular games in the world is still League of Legends, and that is millennia fucking more complex than Overwatch or
I have
Marvel
attempted to
Rivals.
play League.
I will say this
on so
immediately
many
right
different
now, Ivan.
times.
A shooter is completely different than a third-person MOBA or a MOBA.
That
is a million
that is
times
true.
different. It is a billion times
That
different.
is true.
Because you can
But
be
it is
really
a lot more
great.
complicated.
You can be really great at a MOBA, but then have terrible fucking aim. Like you, Ivan. You have terrible aim in shooters.
What? No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
How do I have terrible aim?
When was the last time you saw Ivan play a shooter?
The last time I watched him play a shooter, he was bad at aiming.
That doesn't answer the question.
I don't think I'm bad. I'm pretty good at aiming.
What I'm saying is that it's different for different reasons. I just don't like complexity. Things should be simple. It should be simple for new players, but complex for
Axel just wants
players.
a game that just says yes or no, and that's all you do. Hit up or down. That's
cough,
it.
cough,
He doesn't
cough,
want any-
cough, 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 TF2. Once a game. Simple game. Super simple game. Characters are simple, but the ceiling on floor for each character is extremely high because you need to learn the character and learn what they can do. Now,
But even then,
so now what you're doing with this is it's just adding more junk into the mix instead of trying to, change the base game itself.
see, the difference is, like,
I don't know.
like I said, I suggest you actually like go through and read these. Out of like all the characters and everything, I think maybe less than a quarter of them give them like one new feature, like an extra button for them to press in their kit. Like example, Bastion gets his fucking self-heal back as an extra button as one of his major perks. Is that going to be too complex for some people? Or even you can get a double jump as Juno. You can an extra double jump button when you do a glide.
I think the beauty of this, especially for like new players, is that all these perks, they don't have any trade-offs. It's not like you get a perk and then something else on their kit becomes harder to use. It's more of it just improves upon what their kit does.
I mean, there are like one or two like tank people that can be like, oh, I'm converting some of my health into shield health, which is actually really helpful because shield health actually regenerates a lot faster.
Yeah, well, and also shield health, like it does damage reduction and stuff like that. Like it takes less. Like shield health is really good.
Yeah. Yeah,
but,
there's no negative for each of these.
Yeah, I don't think there's any trade-offs. It's more of a just like, oh, here's an added bonus to their existing kit.
These are optional too. You don't have to like use them.
Yeah.
Like you literally, like the way you get these perks is that you play the game. You damage, you heal, you cap objective.
Yeah.
And you slowly...
by the way that these features are now, these perks or whatever, I kind of feel like you are kind of at a disadvantage if you don't take one. So for new players, they're probably just going to go at random. But yeah, I think not taking them is bad because everyone else is going to be using them. So you're just going to be either weaker or can't be as effective as everyone else.
See, okay, so some of
at the
same
same time too. But like I said, it's still optional nonetheless.
Yeah.
But that's what's going to be happening for me, Ivan and I. So we're going to like not fully just play Overwatch 2 because when I showed Ivan this, we actually had a small discussion about how if I rage hard on Overwatch 2, I can get on Marvel Rivals and have a completely different like gaming experience and vice versa. Like
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you
yeah.
get burnt out of one, there's a
Just go to the other.
different play style and different format to like adjust to, because there's no environment destruction in Overwatch 2 or vice versa or third person lock.
Yeah, and I love Marvel Rivals. Like it's a really fun game, but I got to give it to Overwatch. For the most part, it just works. It works the best for Linux now. I mean, I know in the beginning it also was kind of a bit iffy. Like I had some kind of mouse issue, and the full screen thing was a bit weird. And then now with Marvel Rivals, I'm having where I literally can't tab out, or my mouse is just going to come off the screen when I'm actually playing the game. And it, of course, had its performance issues and all that stuff, but Overwatch 2 just plays better on Linux than Marvel Rivals, which is kind of part of the reason why I'm okay with playing Overwatch 2 a lot more now. Well, I mean, once when I fully download it, but it's just that it works better.
Yeah, and at least at the end of day 2, you're not going to get burnt out as faster, because with how you play your games, or like the little amount of games you actually play.
Yeah. Which might change. Possibly,
yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a perfect segue to
Our sponsor, nobody.
for our sponsor, nobody. No, it's a perfect segue to my other topic I wanted to get into. So I created my own actual gaming console. And it works exactly like a normal console, like a PS5 or Xbox One X or
Let's
something.
go, Soldier Boy console.
The Soldier Boy? No, this is the KFC console.
Oh yeah, right. Cook your chicken.
The KF console. No. So funny enough. So Axel, you know the PC that you sent up.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was gonna do was I have 2 main servers right now. One of them's a powerhouse. The other one specifically for my media, like to stream Plex and stuff. And when I built that, I kind of overbuilt that system just because, I mean, the parts were cheap. And I'm like, why not if I can have the extra bit of power? But it is definitely overbuilt. Axel sent me a pretty old PC that our parents were using, that a RAM stick went bad. So they just decided to upgrade their PC. So we had no use for it. So he sent it up. And I was going to use that part, like the parts from that old system, put it into my media streaming box. Cause like I said, I don't need that powerful of a hardware to use it. And then I was going to use the actual pretty good hardware from it and put it into another PC case and make that my gaming PC, or a gaming PC for my TV. But just to spare some details, because I can go on and on about this, I had to get new motherboard and another CPU, so it turns out I couldn't use it anyway. But with all my spare parts, I actually built a console, and I put in this OS called Bazite, if any of y'all heard of it before. Yay, nay. Okay, taking that as a no.
No.
But Bazite is basically Linux, but it's like the Steam Deck. It's the Steam Deck OS, but instead of using Arch Linux like Steam OS uses, it's using I think Fedora Atomic Edition. So it's a Fedora Linux thing with a bit of Steam OS in it, and it works exactly like a Steam Deck, and it's just a console now. And I tested some games last night, because I literally built it last night, at the time of this recording last night. So by the time this comes out, I would have a couple days with it. And dude, oh my fucking God, dude, it's better than I could have imagined. I ever could have imagined it.
Nice.
It works exactly like a home console. I've already downloaded Cyberpunk. I have The Witcher, and I think recently Red Dead that I'm going to go test out. But it fucking works so well, and I love it. And I wish everyone does this instead of paying for a console. Just build your own.
That gives me the same vibe as why isn't everyone a PC gamer? Just build your own PC, forehead.
Well, yeah. Well, okay, so I haven't been really good with gaming. I mean, on my PC, maybe a little bit. I have Manor Lords that I've been playing a lot, some bit of Elite Dangerous and Marvel Rivals occasionally. But I couldn't play my single player story games for some reason. I don't know. It's just sitting on my desk. I mean, I have a really good monitor, but I don't know. It's just, I kind of do miss console or couch gaming.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did previously is I streamed my games to my TV, to the NVIDIA Shield, but it only works so well streaming. There is always going to be some more latency, and it's not going to always look as good.
Yeah.
And I think that's what ultimately kind of stopped me from doing it, because I'm just like, all these factors are taking me out of the game, and I'm going to have to troubleshoot it when it stops working. And it was just a hassle, so I never really got into it. So I honestly do believe this is the thing that will actually make me game on my TV and actually finish these other single player story games again.
Mm-hmm.
Because, dude, I tested it for native 4K Witcher, Ultra Plus settings. Dude, a console only dreams about doing Ultra Plus settings for that game at native 4K. And my hardware is not even bad, or is not even expensive. I don't know. It's just so much. I know there's a place for consoles like PS5 and Xbox One X, but dude, PC master race really is a master race. We can make a console better than a console.
I don't know if you guys also saw, but speak on gaming consoles. Did you see that there were I forget what the company's called. I think it's called Analog, but they were releasing a 4K resolution N64 console.
Really?
So you can play old N64 games in 4K resolution, and also have it. And you can also play it in the regular resolution that the game came out in.
So is it just an emulator, like an emulator box?
No, it's like it's like a whole hardware console.
Well,
like
but it could be an emulator. What is it called?
Analog 64.
Let me look this up.
Analog 3D. That's what it is. Sorry, I just looked it up.
I see 3D. The future is here. Pre-order now. Ships Q1 of 2025.
They're already out of stock. So
that's funny. Oh, do you just you can put it. Oh, you just put in your fucking cartridges in it.
You plug in the cartridges. That's what I was about to get to.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say, I can easily do. I can do fucking 8K and N64 games on my PC.
So
this is you can.
This is not emulation. Cool. This is actual plug and play.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is probably still emulating it, but it has the hardware for you to not need to rip the games off the cartridges. You can just plug the cartridge itself in.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it says no emulation here. Okay.
Yeah.
That is really cool. I mean, I don't have any N64 stuff to do on it. I have
N64 stuff. I just got to get my mom to send
cartridges?
It. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they're all wrestling ones. So, because I have a wrestling video game collection.
Dang, that's really cool.
I would like to get one for $250. That's quotations relatively cheap.
Well, yeah. No, it is pretty cheap, especially for a good modern hardware. I mean, someone had to have spent the R&D trying to, reverse engineer this kind of stuff. So it's that's really cool.
Yeah. But so I know we talked about the new version of Roll20 being the D&D Beyond maps, but we just found out another thing that D&D Beyond's doing. So we talked about how Roll20 is pretty much going to be outdated at this point by D&D Beyond's version of Roll20, or maps as they call it, which is pretty much
Roll20,
which is pretty much just a regular top-down 2D map player for any campaigns or adventures that you have or bought. In addition to that, what they releasing is a new immersive 3D virtual tabletop application. It's called Sigil, and it's pretty much 3D campaign map building.
Yeah, wouldn't it? I guess the closest thing would be like virtual tabletop simulator.
Yeah, but this is more dedicated towards actual map
D&D.
building. Because tabletop sim is more based on tabletop-esque things, like card games, board games, and anything in between.
Yeah.
This is more like map building. And I was watching some videos on it previously, and it's can be tied into your D&D Beyond account, because you can get it for free and get like some basic stuff like single player mode, multiplayer rooms, like introductory stuff, and you can save things like X amount of stuff. But if you have the master tier, which you most likely already have if you have the maps feature, is that you get extra stuff, like you can create your rooms, you could edit things, you get unlimited amount of map slots, and you get more minis, like custom minis that you can put in, and you can also make your own minis as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were downloading it before we started recording, but after this recording, we're gonna play test it to see how it works.
Yeah, I didn't get to run it yet,
but that's the plan. So by next episode, we will give you a full synopsis on what we think with it. It looks too good to be true, but I'm open-minded with this at least, because D&D Beyond hasn't let us down yet.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, whatever they're doing in the background, dude, it's so fucking awesome. They're actually trying to be the place for D&D stuff, not just for buying like campaigns or other guides and shit, but to play D&D on.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
Because with how much we especially me, and how much we're about to play it here in the coming weeks, I think this is a better alternative to setting things up. Because let's say, sorry, let me just back up a little bit more. Like we've stated previously, the nice thing about D&D Beyond is that, oh, I want to buy this source book, or let's say I want to buy this adventure book. Because most of us like having the physical copies. It's easier to manage versus like actual scrolling. Or if you're one of those people like having the digital stuff, good for you. The nice thing, it's like, oh, I want to buy the new adventure that came out, but I want both the digital and the physical, because you want the digital for the maps and you want the physical just for the hard copy purposes. You can do a combo deal where you pay full price for the book, which is like 40, 50, 60 bucks, right?
Yeah, about 70 for the physical and digital.
Hold on, let me just double check. Because
Yeah,
I'm currently on their website right now, and if I want to buy, let's say, okay, let's see, this dungeon campaign, it's called mother effer, sorry. It's the Baldur's whatever. Descent into Avarice. It's a book that I have physically that was supposed to be my original campaign as the DM. So for a physical copy, it is $50. For digital, it is $30. But if you buy the bundle deal, you get it for $60. You pretty much pay full price for the physical copy, but you only pay $10 for the digital.
Yeah. That's a good deal.
Yeah,
realistically, you can get the digital stuff all for free online, but you're supporting the people, and also, you're supporting them to be able to make the Roll20 thing and now the sigil thing.
And then the nice thing is that with D&D Beyond, let's say I have, for example, Xantar's Guide to Everything, and Ivan does not. If I start a campaign through D&D Beyond, I can content share. And if he wants to make a character that species is in Xantar's Guide, he can, because I'm content sharing with him. He won't own the thing, but he can access it, like all that stuff through me. And vice versa, if he has something and he starts a campaign and I can access his stuff. It's a better way to share, I like, because we can just share our things so not everyone has to buy all the books or everything. Realistically, I recommend everyone should buy all the source books for all the species and subclasses and feats, because it is better to have it at your disposal. But for any of beginning new players, it's super helpful for them. But yeah, like I said, we will give you a full in-depth review on our next week's episode on what Ivan and I think of the whole sigil.
Fuck yeah. I'm excited for it.
Oh,
it looks really cool.
I saw it on I saw it as an Instagram reel. I didn't think anything of it because I've seen a couple of Instagram reels like that where check out this website, that map builder. But I didn't realize Sigil was tied to D&D Beyond until I looked at the website. Because it's always nice to read their blog posts. As much as I don't read other websites blog posts, I think D&D Beyond has their posts and news posts that actually grab your attention. They'll post shit about Larian Studios Baldur's Gate updates. There's they don't have to do that, but it's nice to have it there.
Yeah, well, it's their IP, so.
But at the same time, you know what I mean. They're not posting oh, see what such and such did this week at headquarters. No. Literally, the first 3 things is check out this new book that's coming out soon and check out Sigil. Or look at this book that is coming out soon too. There's no nonsense when it comes to their posts. It's here, check out our new thing that we have coming out, and here's some things you can play test. I enjoy all that, at least. For me specifically, I just enjoy how there's no nonsense. I hate to repeat myself. There's no nonsense in what they're doing, or what they post on any of their social medias, or just in general. It's this is what we enjoy. I hope you guys enjoy it too, which 9 times out of 10, we're going to enjoy it as well.
Yeah, because we're all D&D nerds.
But yeah. But switching gears a little bit in games, just to finish off the topics for me, is that the new WWE 2K game came out a couple days ago. Well, the early access came out. And let me tell you, it's still, I think, one of the best 2K games WWE's put out in a while. But it already had issues at launch, which sucked. So
every game coming out nowadays are.
But it was unfortunate for me because this was a PlayStation issue and not any a PC or Xbox issue. So one of the main things that I like to play when it comes to any type of game is their story mode or career mode. In 2K, it's called My Rise. So, Sony players for the first 2 days, couldn't play it because every time you tried to load into My Rise, the game would fully crash. But they since fixed it, and then I'm playing it now, and I'm still enjoying it. But the whole combat system and how you can play against people, it's changed so much. I'm in, especially with the DLCs that are coming out too, because they already pre-announced like who's coming out in the DLCs. They got some heavy hitters coming.
Yeah.
So if you're a wrestling fan and you're on the fence about buying 2K25, I suggest you buy it. But yeah.
Got the endorsement of that.
Yeah, and we're not getting paid.
We're not getting paid.
Not sponsored.
Never will. Because we're not sellouts.
Speaking of sellouts, Axel.
Oh yeah. Fucking everyone in Harry Potter is turning black now. Did you guys know that? Honestly,
yeah,
I knew about the one. I don't know. Is there more?
So
No.
I only know about. So from the topic of black Harry Potter, I only know about the Snape thing.
Yeah, it's just Snape. So
Is it just Snape? Okay.
Yeah, from what I know, is just Snape, which I find
Okay.
hilarious.
So for those of you who don't know, Axel, if you want to explain that.
Oh yeah, they're redoing the Harry Potter movies, and they're doing a bunch of recasting, and one of them is they're changing Snape to be black. So
Wait,
that's
is
cool.
are they redoing the movies? I thought they're turning into like a TV show.
Or whatever? It's one of the things.
Is it?
Yeah, it's one of the whatevers. All I know is the recasting.
It's a TV series for Max.
There we go. It's that.
Okay, yeah.
I just find it funny how they love race swapping. It's funny. It's great because they have to.
Yeah.
They need to.
So what I find hilarious is, I mean, I didn't read the Harry Potters, but I've been seeing people's criticism about it. This is not just like oh no, we don't like black people, don't cast our characters black. It's more of I think in the actual books itself, they said Snape has a pale,
a
like-
sickly look. It's a pale, sickly look.
yeah, like he's supposed to be pale.
Yeah, so currently they've only casted 3 people. They casted Dumbledore, Snape, and Professor McGonagall.
Mm-hmm.
That whatever her name is.
Yeah, McGonagall.
Yeah. So this is a series that's coming out in 2026. Then
Okay,
again,
that's so beautiful.
I've personally, for me, I've only seen, I think, 6 out of the 8 movies that are out. Yeah, 6 out
I've
of the 8
seen
movies.
all of them multiple times.
I think I stopped at 6 or just before 6.
6 is what? Deathly Hallows Part 1?
No, because there were 7 books and then there were, right?
8 movies?
Yeah.
I don't know the amount of books. I just know the movies. But I watched it multiple times. Holly and I, we have a few series that we watch like in full, like we do marathons of a few series like Pirates of the Caribbean, Harry Potter, and do we do any others? I think it might just be those 2 off the top of my head. I want to say Star Wars, but it's usually only me doing that. But yeah, I love Harry Potter. The movies,
Nice.
not the books. I don't read.
This is just unnecessary. Like,
Yeah.
to be honest, and Harry Potter's not even that old, and they're trying to.
So
to
I
redo
just
this.
re-looked up the movies. I stopped, I think, halfway between Half-Blood Prince, which is the 6th movie.
Actually, do you know what?
Oh, the Half-Blood Prince.
This
Yeah.
actually reminds me. This literally reminds me. Did you guys even ever hear about the not reboot, but they're trying to do something with the Powerpuff Girls? They're trying to make a show. Did you guys hear about that? A live action show?
A live action?
They're
Yeah.
always trying like
So
cartoons
they
and stuff.
attempted to do a live action, but they canceled it immediately due to the immense backlash. Like it was leaked and I think it was canceled. But they basically they changed all the characters in like it's like the Powerpuff Girls like aged up, and it was just really bad. And one of the like most egregious things happened was that in their lore, like the Powerpuff Girls were like the cartoon versions were quote unquote whitewashed.
Whitewashed.
Yeah, they were whitewashed. Like the live action were trying to pretend that the cartoons like was real in their timeline, but they were whitewashing the characters.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So I think, man, I forgot what it was. Like Bubbles is Asian. I forgot Buttercup. I don't think Buttercup's black. I don't think she's black.
I think I saw what you're talking about.
Yeah. It was terrible. It was really terrible. It was Twitter leaked one episode and then it got canceled. Yeah, it's never going to see the light of day. But holy shit, was it bad.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's just dumb garbage. Whoever's writing these in Hollywood really needs to be like not doing this, please.
Just don't.
There's a reason why the video game industry has more money than the movie or music industry combined, because they fucking suck like this. Actual donkey dick it's just bad. You wonder why it's like, oh, why are we not making as much money as these video game things? Oh, I wonder why. Because you're making some fucking garbage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, I feel like the video game industry also makes more money just because there's a lot more people making games than there are making movies or music.
Yes, but they have the entire monopoly of movies. Like, there's no one competing. So that means they could literally do whatever the fuck they want. And they're still making less money.
Yeah.
Like, there's no one they're fighting for. So they have everything. And they're still bad. Like, if you're not consuming a video game, you're consuming videos or shows, and they're still ass. It's mind-boggling. But anyways, that was my news. We're just pointing and laughing at people.
That's hilarious.
Yep, pointing and laughing.
Point and laugh. Well, a thing that you don't point and laugh in, I think, is a huge dub. To finish off my topics, did y'all hear about Pewdiepie switching to Linux?
I stopped listening to his stuff. I don't think I'm subscribed to him anymore.
Yeah, neither am I.
Well, I don't watch Pewdiepie anymore. It's been a long time.
All I know is he has a kid, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, he got a kid. He moved to Japan.
And he's a voice actor now.
That's cool.
Oh, is he a voice actor?
I mean, hey.
Yeah, I think he is a voice actor for English dub for an anime.
I mean, my man's doing side quests now at this point, so it's like he does whatever.
He's like one of the most subscribed channels of all time, and I don't know, he's doing good. I mean, I look at his I occasionally look at his channel, and he's still getting the same views or whatever. Like he didn't fall off, and he's just doing so much more stuff now, which is nice. He's been vlogging and stuff.
What's crazy is that if you look back at like the different eras of PewDiePie, he set trend. He was a trendsetter in different eras. Like as an example, most recently back in 2020 when the world shut down, once he started a Minecraft Let's Play again, that's when all the Minecraft Let's Play videos came back out.
Yeah, he's like Apple of YouTube.
Yeah,
like whatever he does, everyone else follows suit. But yeah, I haven't really looked much into it. I just heard or saw something on Reddit of PewDiePie switching to Linux, and then there was a video of what's his name, some ordinary gamer, Mudahar or whatever.
No.
He did a video of PewDiePie going to Linux, but I literally don't know anything other than that. But I just think that's a huge dub. I don't know his reason for switching, but
probably the same reason why Reed and I are switching in October.
Yeah, it might be because of the Windows stuff. Which is good because Windows is Linux's best advertiser. And Yeah, I don't know. This is fucking huge because, of course, there's plenty of Linux content creators. I mean, literally, this podcast is dominated by Linux now.
Hmm.
And
True.
actually, for the longest time, all the videos have been made by Linux because Axel switched and he does most of like basically all of our episodes now. And you've been doing Linux full time for a while now.
Yeah.
This episode is going to be edited by me, which of course I've been full time Linux for about 5 years now. And
I'm still
yeah.
semi. I'm by OS Yule because I do Windows on my desktop tower, and I have
Yeah.
Linux on my laptop.
Yeah.
So I technically do both, but eventually I'll go full time Linux once the support for Windows 10 stops.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, dude, it's now I'm hearing more and more stories of people going to Linux and getting rid of Windows. And it's just amazing. I mean, we're still a very small percentage of users, but the fact that there's at least some like wave of new Linux users, it's awesome.
All
And to
Linux
have-
got to do is just fix the or like companies, gaming companies, like fix their compatibility with Linux. That's all we need. That's all that needs to happen.
So, I mean, we say Linux as if it's one entity, but I mean, there's thousands of Linux distros and stuff. But no, the company that's helping Linux with the gaming is definitely Steam.
Yeah,
Valve
for
is-
sure.
Valve has worked so fucking hard, and there's no way we would have been able to get this far in Linux gaming and adaptive or adoption of Linux as much because of, if it wasn't for Steam making Proton, like, because that's the biggest thing. People don't want to switch because of game compatibility.
Yeah, but
And it's
thankfully
it's
I
still
don't play
not the
that. I
best.
don't play any games that like aren't restricted.
Yeah, I mean, the only games I still can't play is League of Legends now because of
That's a good thing though.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't, even when I could play it on Linux, I didn't really. And then Rainbow Six Siege is another one that I had to give up since the beginning because of BattleEye. But I mean, honestly,
All my homies say BattleEye.
Huh?
All my homies say BattleEye.
Yeah, even Windows people hate BattleEye. But I don't know. I have the philosophy of you shouldn't choose an OS just because of a game. At least to me, my threat model, it's more important to have a better OS than to not play a game anymore. But I know not a lot of people are like that. A lot of people are like, oh, if I can't play this one specific game, I won't switch.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I suppose. But now the most subscribed actual, like, human subscribed channel is now on Linux, and hopefully he sticks with it forever.
Do you know what distro he's on?
Dub. That's a good fucking question. I have no idea. I want to say Linux Mint. And just for my other Linux homies out there, I don't understand why people say Linux Mint. I have never, I guess I can't say much since I have never used Linux Mint, but there are so many better ones. Like Pop! OS already is miles better, but why not Fedora? It is the most compatible one. It just works.
I use Pop! OS on my laptop, but that's what I used previously on my desktop before I switched back to Windows.
Yeah, well, that was because I recommended Pop! OS because at the time I was using Pop! OS, but after the issues with Pop! OS, I'm like, no. And then I distro hopped to Fedora, and I've been on Fedora ever since. And I think everyone should be on Fedora because that should be the default. It is such a good OS. But I don't know. I'm the tangent of this stuff. I'm happy about this.
It's fine. But I think we could end it off right there.
Oh, I was about to say, well, Axel, what do you think of Linux so far? I mean, you've been on it for a little bit now.
Linux is great. There are issues from time to time. Granted, I will say, I feel like it's still not to the point where anyone can just do it because honestly, Ivan, if I didn't have you helping me with some of these Linux stuff, I would be quite angry and upset.
Oh, no. I know at the moment it is not for everyone because there's still some terminal or some kind of like, it's just because everyone has been using Windows since they were born. So everyone knows how Windows is. And the thing is, if people grew up on Linux, they would think the opposite of how Windows is to Linux. They'll think Windows would be bad because people would be used to Linux. It's just of what people are used to. But I mean, yes, in terms of user friendliness, it's not there yet. I think for the average person who doesn't game, yes, everyone can just move on to Linux. You don't need Windows for the actual average person. But for gamers, there's still enough resistance by gaming companies to where it's not completely there yet.
Yeah,
or at least
but
for
it's getting there.
multiplayer.
Yeah,
It's slowly getting there.
it's getting there, but it's better. So
I mean, dude, Monster Hunter Wilds, Linux players were able to play it since before even release when it was in its beta.
yeah, but I mean, we had
But that
to
was
jump
not
through.
without issues, though.
Yeah, we had to jump through hoops, and ideally,
it had issues and stuff, but you were still able to play it.
Yeah, ideally, it would just work, But
Yeah.
if I am still able to, but I am able to jump through the hoops and get the game to work, and it runs perfectly fine. So, in the end, it's all good.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, and plus there's plenty of other games that were. I think most games are able to be played without issues on day one.
Yeah,
But I guess Monster Hunter was just weird because Capcom is doing Capcom things.
Capcom and Denuvo and all that fucking garbage. Like even now,
Oh wait, is it running Denuvo?
it is indeed running Denuvo.
Wait, really? And
Yes.
it's working on Linux?
It is indeed. See, the only issue
Wait, I
is
thought Denuvo never worked on Linux.
no, it works. That's the crazy part. But
Really?
the thing is that because the bleeding edge beta updates so frequently, some people might update their things too much and accidentally lock themselves out of the game temporarily because Denuvo will detect it. That's been on multiple devices too many times, and it'll lock you out.
Yeah.
I never had that problem because when I play the game, I play for one long session and I don't come back on per day. So it's like I get on Monster Hunter for like 6 or 8 hours. I don't update the game or whatever, and then I get off. So I never had that issue. But some people have experienced that issue because they're turbo nerds and they keep updating their shit like 24/7. So
Yeah. Oh, okay.
The future is now, old man.
Yeah, I'm looking up Denuvo stuff because I don't know why I thought Denuvo didn't run on Linux, but on this thing, so there's Denuvo anti-cheat versus Denuvo DRM.
yeah,
And
Denuvo DRM.
Denuvo DRM doesn't have kernel access, and that's probably why it works on Linux. Interesting.
I thought
I
it
did not
did.
know that.
I thought he did have kernel level access for.
So Denuvo anti-cheat, I think, has kernel level because it's an anti-cheat versus the DRM doesn't, because you don't
Okay.
need kernel level just to test if your copy is legit or not.
Okay, because that was my main issue is that the Denuvo was kernel level.
No,
I mean,
if it had kernel level, it probably wouldn't work at all on Linux.
yeah, I was about to say
Because that's
like,
our main issue.
yeah,
Because like Valorant and League of Legends, they don't run on Linux anymore because of their what is it called? Their anti-cheat Vanguard. Because of Vanguard, because that's kernel level.
mm-hmm.
Same thing with BattleEye. Well, no, BattleEye is not really kernel level. They just need to check a fucking box. But-
In due time,
Yeah.
I think in the next like 2 to 3 years, everything should pan out in a better direction.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
I
good.
mean, it already is, but like in like stonks.
Dude, I hope in the next few months, the Linux distros, like the people who make Fedora, the people who Pop OS, like System 76 or whatever, like I hope all these Linux distros are eyeing the discontinuation of Windows 10 on the support. And like, I just hope they're like trying to capitalize as much as they can, because the moment Windows 10 actually stops becoming supported or stops, being supported by Microsoft, I know that's going to be a decent exodus of Windows to Linux. And these guys got to make their distros function so well for these people to stay on Linux.
I mean, from, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. They have 7 months.
7 months to get their shit right. I mean, it's still good right now, but it needs to be just a little bit better for people to like be like, okay, this is a good alternative. If they don't, dude, I don't think we're ever gonna have as good of a time to get people on Linux than this year.
Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, some of my friends, one of my friends, he does run Linux on his laptop like normally, but he switched to his main PC on Linux, and he was like, I'm so happy, because he already knows the experience of like how bad the bloatware is on Windows. He's like, my PC is really happy that it does not run.
Yeah.
My PC runs normal now when I'm running on Linux, but he's still having issues like me on some games having Linux. So, it's there. It's working. It's almost there. You're just a tiny bit of push.
It's so close, dude. It is so close. But
happy news. Happy news.
Some good news.
With that being said, let's end this off. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening, or however you consume our podcast. You can check in the description down below or anywhere where you can find all of our social medias and our other platforms as well where we post. The Odysee train is still in halting mode.
Oh shit, I still need to upload to Odysee. Oh yeah.
Do you have anything else to say, boys, before we take it?
I'm so sorry, Odysee users.
And with that being said, we'll see you guys in the next one. See you later.